Okay, so honorable guest number 3, Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Harris. So Kevin was re-elected to his second term on place 5 of the Cedar Park City Council a couple of years, this was earlier this year. I had the good fortune of being there at his campaign rally. Looks like you won without any challenge, right?
Unopposed, yes.
Unopposed, all right. Yeah, they didn't want to mess with the Lieutenant Colonel. So he has served on this council for the last couple of years. He served for over 16 years as Director of Operations with the U.S. Army Reserve, deployed in Iraq in 2004, and was awarded the Bronze Star Medal before retiring as Lieutenant Colonel. I heard the reference to Bronze Star earlier as well. Jim, you got that?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, you're on a roll here. He's been married for over 30 years to his lovely wife, Carolyn. She's not here, Jim.
She's at church choir rehearsal.
Oh, okay. Hopefully she'll join us for lunch.
I'll ask her.
Okay, please do. So they've been involved in many school activities, having raised 2 boys that I believe went to Vista Ridge.
Mr.
Right?
Ridge, yes, sir.
Okay. So with that, let's welcome Lieutenant Colonel Kevin.
Well, yes, I've been a citizen of Cedar Park for about 25 years. Great community, from Buffalo, New York originally. The military experience is different and diverse for many of us. I ended up, just to clarify a little bit, I was in the Army Reserve for the majority of my time. Because when I went to college, I didn't think I wanted to go into the military. And I'm gonna give a little background. Just, when you join the military, there's 2 fields you go into. The enlisted side or the officer side. All of them are great jobs. Obviously, you got a lot less officers than you do in the enlisted side, right? And the way you become an officer is either through an ROTC program, or you go to a military school, right, like West Point, or if you decide maybe later as an enlisted person you want to be an officer, you can go to officer candidate school. I came through the ranks as the captain here through ROTC. When I signed a reserve commission, because I didn't think I wanted to do active duty on a regular time, and I didn't think I was being in the military for 20 years. I thought I would just kind of in and out. And I say that because as young people figuring out what to do in life, don't forget about the military. The military, if you think about even 20, 30 years ago, the military was ahead, and the Department of Defense was ahead on a lot of different things, GPS, all the technology that's out there. The military started a lot of that before it became commercial and gave access to that. And so, even though this captain was in the Signal Corps back when we were running hardwired to communicate, the technology we use today, you think about what you guys do in the tech field, military has all that. We go in the field, go operations, so, we've got all the technology that you need to go to anywhere in the world and set up camp. That means power generation, fuel, water, all of those. If you go to the middle of nowhere, we can set up a city, basically municipality operations. The military has all those assets within its own ranks. And so, so don't think about the military as something separate or something different. You could really gain a lot of good experience. You've got, folks that were doctors, you got IT, technology, a lot of different things. Since we got young people here, just thought I'd bring some numbers up. I pulled this thing up in I joined the City Council in 2021. I was grateful to do that. I'm glad it was the first year that we did the proclamation for the Indian community. When you guys did the national thing this morning, it just it just reminds me of the beauty of the U.S. America is a melting pot of so many different people, but it's also very important that we all remember our nationalities, our heritage, and our roots, and all that, because that's what makes America different and great than many other nations in the whole world, is our diversity, just value and all that. And the military has all that. I mean, you can hear the stories. The thing that I miss the most is the camaraderie. You can't get that type of, there's people that may join a club or maybe become a football player in a team in athletics. The military is a different training environment, where you get the relationships with people that you won't get any other way. But I think because you go through so many hard things together, you get to learn that you can do more than you think you can when you're put in tough situations. And there's not many places that can put you in those kind of situations other than like a military experience. The training we go through, no showers for days, you know, motivating people as an officer or an enlisted person or whatever. It's an amazing, amazing experience. The U.S. population in 2021 was about 330 million people, right? The U.S. military, Department of Defense, and those numbers is only 3.5 million. So it's very, very small percent of people in the entire U.S. that actually serve. And that's what makes us a little bit different than I think you know, most of the U.S. I mean, I think you look at police officers, first responders, military. It's a difference of people who want to serve. It's great to be in your community and give back, but service is a whole different thing. And I think that's what separates many of us is the ones who made the call not only to join but to stick it out and perform. The one point that the dentist made, when I was in Iraq, I saw a dentist, man. You guys, you know, again, I was in Iraq in a combat zone, and I made time to see a dentist, you know, because again, we had everything there. But, you know, she made the great point about the, what we get exposed to in the military a lot of times, you'll never get that opportunity. She got thrown into a position where she was a lead in a combat area. You know, I was a captain and a commander of a unit. We get put in positions of leadership, responsibility that you wouldn't gain anywhere else. And I think that helps separate us as well. Because then when you get out later, you've learned that you can do more than you think you can. And leadership, you learn through example, and you just kind of push through. And so I love the whole thing about the military, for you young folks to think about there's opportunities, what you know, maybe for the service piece, she did it in order to, for the financial gain, in order to give her the ability to get where she is now. Others just joined because we had to, I guess. Some of us kind of wanted. I never really wanted to get into it, but my uncle suggested that I, you know, look at an ROTC camp one summer, and it was the best decision I ever made because 20-something years later, I ended up retiring as a lieutenant colonel, and I wouldn't have the skills I have today if it wasn't for what I went through as an officer in the military. So I want to thank you guys for remembering us, and I thank you for the invite.
Oh, wow, that was a solid one.
So, a couple of things, right?